Hello, all sentient beings, and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we have some Transformers copper statues to talk about. Flame Toys has announced a brand new figure line, and it looks like we might be getting some new live-action Masterpiece figures coming down the pipe. Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2019, and this is episode 356 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that can't wait for the Transformers the movie McClunky edit. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how you doing?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hey, how's it going? Let's talk Transformers.
All right, and I got out on bail from Alberta, and I was able to make it to the show this week.
Deported.
I got diplomatic immunity, and they let me come back to the States.
Oh, you haven't been real good about diplomatic immunity lately. You're lucky.
Yeah, so gonna need a little bit more money because had some issues with all those toys getting confiscated. Anyway, thanks everyone. Again, we always start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us financially on Patreon and PayPal. Really appreciate your continued contributions, and that helps us keep the show going. So if you would like to join those ranks, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that's where you can sign up and help us out. Another way to help us out would be to go buy some merchandise at our TeePublic store, and you can get there at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. You can also visit our friend K-Girl's store and get some shirts from her awesome art at tpublic.com/user/superstark. And we're getting close to the end of November, so TeePublic has a massive Black Friday sale going on. So they are continuing their 35% off everything on their store. That means $13 t-shirts. And that starts November 20th. So today, when you hear this episode go up, the sale will be on again, and you can go buy stuff. So from November 20th till the end of the month, till December 1st, there's going to be sales going on there. So now's the time if you are looking for some nice t-shirts for Christmas presents. This would be a good time.
You know, they have for all sizes. Get all. If you don't like your siblings and they have kids, get all their sibling kids transmission stuff.
Just what? Because they'll be branded?
So the parents will check out the podcast and be like, what is this? And then hear all the swearing.
Yeah, listen to Jeremy. Buy lots of transmission shirts.
McClunky.
Hey, Charles.
Yes?
I came to a realization while you were talking just now.
Okay.
We're in the middle of November, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What do we generally do at the end of the year?
Yeah, an end of the year survey. Yes.
Yes. Have we started that yet?
I thought you were going to start at the beginning of the year, so it didn't sneak up on you.
It has snuck.
Have you started that,
Daryl? I have not, Charles. I have not. It has snuck up again.
Yeah.
How
Every
how
year.
are you doing with your questions over there, Charles?
Just got to write them down, I guess.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. We're in good shape. All right.
Well, I mean, on the comic side, there's significantly fewer comics this year, so I think my job's going to be a little bit easier.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You want to help me with the toys?
Daryl, you're breaking up. Can't hear you. What?
Oh.
What? Bad connection. We'll have to. We'll figure that out. stay tuned. There will be there'll be a 2019 end of the year survey for Transformers toys and comics.
We know everyone looks forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it might be early December or so, but we'll try and get that. We'll get going on that.
Mm-hmm.
Good catch, Daryl.
That's what I'm here for. Might be late, but I'll do it. That's what my teachers always said.
All right, well let's start off and talk about some toys.
All right, first up today, I am going to talk about some third-party stuff. I know, surprised, right? This is a new company that is deciding to do something a little, well, in my opinion, a little silly. This is a company called Devil Savior, and they are doing I don't know what size class they're going with. Let's just call it maybe chug scale or, something around there. But they are doing a third-party version of Revenge of the Fallen Devastator. And it is currently, they have 3 pieces of it that are available for pre-order. I'm going to go through them here with you for a little bit. A little bit of information on their Devastator figure. Excuse me. One, he is called Troublemaker. That's the name they're going with. And I guess that works. Devastator did make a lot of trouble. He's also going to be made up of 7 figures, unlike the Studio Series, which is made up of 8. In combined mode, he will be approximately 50 centimeters tall, which is just over 9.5 inches. 19.5 inches. So that's a good height. That's about the height. I thought when I saw that, I was like, I think that's about the height of Combiner Wars Devastator. I think that's about right. And the biggest thing that Troublemaker is going to have that will maybe make him more appealing, he's gonna have testicles. Yeah, it's a third-party toy. He's gonna have third-party testicles. All right, so let's go into the figures that we're gonna have for this guy so far. We've got DS01, DS02, and DS03 are up for pre-order. And we've got some prototypes, pictures of them. So DS01 is called Split, and it's their version of Mixmaster. And it's not too bad. It's definitely a different look. Obviously the vehicle mode looks really good. It's a Mack truck. It's a mask truck. Because they couldn't use the word Mac either, but I guess mask is okay. So yeah, but it looks pretty good. It's even got some wear on it, or dirt and grime. So it looks like it's been in the construction site. So like the tire treads have dirt in the treads. There's some dirt kind of sprayed up on the doors as well. It looks like it's been in use, and that's kind of cool. The figures Split, when he kind of opens up, he opens up to, I don't know, the cement barrel kind of becomes looking like a set of wings on him. He's got a pretty decent sized gun on his back. He's a different looking cat. But if you'll remember the Mixmaster figure from Devastator, he ends up having Devastator's head in him. So you get to see a painted version of this Troublemaker's head here. And it's not bad. It's very well painted. Green eyes, red accents. Not too shabby. Figure 2 is just a regular prototype. This is their second figure. It's called Giant Axe, and it's their version of Scavenger. And Scavenger is the one who, it's like the I don't know, Jeremy, what would you call that?
Unicycle.
Well, yeah, the unicycle character, but he turns into like the backhoe. in the original toy, like the original Devastator from Revenge of the Fallen was essentially the biggest portion. Just a massive red backhoe. But yeah, if you're looking at the guy in robot mode, he essentially just stands on one wheel and then has another wheel above his head. So yeah, looking at him in prototype mode here, he looks like a Michael Bay style robot, that's for sure. And yeah, so you get a sense of the difference between the two here. He's also going to be humongous, so you get a real sense of the size of this guy when he's combined.
There is a picture. Is that the Studio Series version next to him?
Well, Studio Series version isn't out yet. But
because there's a smaller one next to it.
There is, and I don't know which one it is. So it could be the Studio Series version, but I can't confirm because it's not been released yet.
It's smaller, regardless.
It is. It's definitely smaller. But the third one is another prototype. It's called Compressor, and it's their version of Overload. And Overload is the figure. If you're looking, trying to think of what he becomes. I think he's the dump truck. So yeah, you'd think that would be long haul, but I don't think that's what they have here. So I'm just gonna kind of try and see what we've got on Overload, because I thought he was the dump truck as well, but let me see here. Okay, I'm just going through. Okay, he's not the big dump truck. Here's another set of images for him, and he's kind of like a truck with a bucket on the back, but it's not a dump truck. It's like a long, elongated basket. I don't know what you'd call that kind of a dump truck, but
just kind of like a hauler.
Yeah, it's not really. Yeah, it's not really like long haul from G1. It's definitely different. Yeah, but one thing that I wanted to point out is that if you were to look at the pictures from, where is it here? There are pictures of them combined, all of them. I just got to find them again here.
It was from that first, or no, I have the link.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so.
Our friend John in the chat says it's a belly dump trailer.
A belly dump trailer. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those, I guess, like that would just be able to tip over to the side to dump it.
Right. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. So in this next set of links here, or this next link with the pictures, you actually get to see a number of these figures actually all combined together, and a bit of what their figure Troublemaker is going to look like. So yeah, it's a big figure, and in the silhouette you get to see the little balls hanging down there. Jeremy, I'm going to get your thoughts on this here. Remember that this is just prototypes, and there's not a lot of color, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you were very accurate when you said this is a Michael Bay style Transformer. They got the movie aesthetic pretty much spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I did see in the story Compressor. Wait, is it Compressor? One of these.
Compressor is the belly dump.
Right. Compressor is. It says slightly based on unused Constructicon art samples.
Okay.
So I'm guessing we didn't see him in robot mode by himself in the movie. Maybe he went from the alt mode to combining the Devastator.
Yeah.
I don't go back and watch that movie, so I don't know.
No.
But these, I mean, they look really good. They look really intricate. I'm not sure, how long the transformation is going to take. It just seems like there's a lot of different moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of really thin parts. Like some of the joints look very thin, but I mean, these are prototypes.
Yeah.
I do like on Compressor in particular, if you look at the alt mode picture that you posted, the inside the bed of the truck, it looks like it has just a bunch of scrap metal and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a neat touch. I mean, I'm sure it's just all molded in there. You can't take it out, but it's a great way to have that detail. And then inside there, you're hiding a bunch of stuff that will be used in the robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice way of taking care of that. I'm not sure if we usually when we see like a dump truck or something, the bed's empty.
Yeah.
Why have we never seen someone be like, well, I can just put some fake stuff in there as a cover?
Sure.
Pretty smart.
I just added a picture to the chat there from the last picture from Compressor, which shows, and it's funny because they've stated that this is DS01, DS02, and DS03 combined into what how they'll combine for Troublemaker. And honestly, because it's a gray prototype, it just looks like they've just been smashed together and rolled into a ball.
It does. It looks like a mess. I mean,
it does.
Without any color to distinguish, the different parts.
Yeah. You can see where the face is there because you can kind of make it out. But everything else, it just looks like everything's just been rolled into a ball.
Right.
Wow.
We'll say, since the only one we really have decent color pictures of is Split.
Yes.
I have to agree with you on like the dirt and stuff that they've added, like in the tires.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the paintwork that they're doing on this. It really looks like it's a vehicle that has been used for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And,
I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get another good look at it from the back there. And you see that, it's got dirt on the mud flaps and there's wear on the barrel. And it's just, it looks like it's been, it's just a journeyman vehicle, and it's I like it.
I imagine all of them are going to have those details.
I would assume so. Yeah. But Charles, what is your thoughts on the first three pieces of Troublemaker here?
I'm troubled.
Okay.
No, I'm not a fan of Revenge of the Fallen Devastator, and this does not change my opinion of that.
Okay.
I just think it's too messy and just doesn't look very good.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this then. This is a figure. This is 7 figures coming out to form Revenge of the Fallen Devastator at a time where we have Studio Series bringing out the exact same thing. Is this another Zeta Toys Unicron situation, or will Hasbro just be like, you know what, they're a new company, we don't give a crap about them, they may not even complete all 7 of their figures, so what do we have to worry about? Or is this a little bit more of a stupid move on their part, Devil Savior's part, by bringing out a figure in direct competition with Hasbro as their first figure?
I mean, I don't think Hasbro will care, because I think the only reason they dinged Zeta Toys and their Unicron was it was directly competing with their crowdfunding effort. I think their mass market stuff, they don't think the third party is going to compete with their mass market stuff. Right. So
I mean, we saw stories of people actively canceling their Hasbro order and going with Zeta.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, so I don't think Hasbro will do anything for these guys. I do think it is not a good idea to go direct competition with Hasbro's mass market stuff. I think probably most people will be more aware of the Hasbro stuff, and if they want a Devastator, I mean, God help them if they want a Revenge of the Fallen Devastator. But I think the mass market Studio Series Devastator is going to be much more readily accessible. It's going to be available everywhere. I think people will be more inclined to get that than this, and of course it'll be cheaper. I mean, the toys will just be cheaper than the third party option.
Likely,
yeah. And if you want the wrecking balls, I am sure there are people that are making like Shapeways or other kind of add-ons are going to be providing that for you.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Well, that did it for my topic this week, guys. Jeremy, what did you have for us?
I'm continuing my theme from last week. I have 2 non-transforming stories. So the first one, Flame Toys has announced a new line. If you're a fan of their model kits, but you don't have the time or the patience, or you're just not good at putting together model kits, they've announced a new line called Furai Action. that is essentially the model kits pre-assembled and painted. And it's got painted with battle damaged, and you're going to get a new stand for the figure. So this looks pretty impressive. The only picture we have right now is the Optimus Prime. And the battle damaged paint is much better than the Siege line. It's essentially looks like his legs are a little rusted. It's, more professional looking in all accounts than the Siege battle damage or whatever they wanted to do. But I mean, essentially, it is just the model kit assembled, and I think it looks fantastic. As someone that has like the Megatron model kit still in the shrink wrap box, this is something that I would likely go for on future releases. Daryl, what do you think? You just did the Megatron.
I did do the Megatron, yeah. I am not a fan of painting these things, so I mean, generally when I get done something like this, I kind of hope that there's a Repro Label sticker sheet out there. But yeah, I mean, for people that just seem to not have the time and want something like this, because I mean, what are we looking at here? Something along the lines of like $50 for the ones that are, that aren't assembled yet. Probably a little less than that, but yeah, it's if you save the time, but you still get the figure, because it's completely different. There's really not a mainline Optimus that looks like this, and it looks pretty cool. So I mean, if you want the high quality paint job and you want the articulation and the figure, just no transforming, and it's going to be way cheaper than their high end models. So yeah, I say it's pretty cool. We have no idea what the prices are going to be for these things, but if they're fairly close to the model kits, then I would say they'll probably be a pretty big hit.
Cool. Charles, how about you?
I think that, I mean, at least judging by the Optimus Prime, it looks pretty cool. Although, I mean, the draw for me it's of course difficult to find the time, but the draw for me for these kits is putting them together. So this probably wouldn't be the option that I'd go for. If I was going to buy one of these, I would buy the kit that I had to assemble. I still prefer like the pristine look, not the, battle damage painted look. So for me, that wouldn't be something that I'd want, but I think it still looks good if that's the look that you're going for.
Cool. I'm sure we'll have more updates as they get closer to releasing these, but I think there's a big toy show in New York this weekend, and they announced it there. All right, next thing I have is this is for the Chinese market, so we're probably never going to see these over here, but the company Tong Shifu is releasing a line of Transformer statues and figures that are made of copper, and essentially they're kind of die-cast statues. There's going to be characters from G1, from The Last Night, and from the Bumblebee movie. And so some of these might be based on early concept art, which is kind of cool. So the pictures here just kind of are a mix of all of them, but they look like some of them are fairly big, some of them are a lot smaller, but they look pretty good to me. I mean, they just essentially look like a lot of the PVCs we've had in the past, at least for the G1, and they're not transformable at all. I just wanted to bring this up. They are officially licensed, and we're never going to see them over here. So I don't know. Would you guys be interested in these at all if they were available? Nice desk figure.
I mean, they're non-transforming Transformers.
Right. Well, you usually cover those. You like them.
I cover them, but I don't buy them. But at least the Bumblebee movie ones look pretty good. I mean, like just as a different aesthetic. The little PVC G1 ones look good too. I mean, they look like the little die-cast figurines you get with some of the Masterpiece figures. So yeah, I mean, I guess for the right price, they'd be nice, interesting paperweights for your desk.
Yeah.
The bigger ones, probably not. Like the Bumblebee movie based ones, they look pretty huge, like pretty huge statues. So I'd probably prefer to have a transforming figure in that size.
Yeah.
But they all look really nice and detailed and pretty good. I see they do have a Bumblebee Vehicle mode one. That's weird. You have like a statue of Bumblebee in robot mode, and then just a vehicle piece you put on the side, and you put them next to each other.
We kind of talked about that in the last week or two. There was another Bumblebee movie thing that had just a non-transforming vehicle.
Yeah, that was the statue with the exosuit Spike.
Oh, yeah. Daryl. In addition to these, it looks like I don't know if they're selling it or not, but there's this nice wooden chair with Transformers and the Autobot logo and a little small table. Which would you like better, the furniture or the statues?
Probably the furniture. The statues are, I can't get over the idea that these things would be so heavy. But the furniture looks very nice.
Yeah.
Like a small little liquor cabinet.
Or just like an end table type.
Yeah, or in the chair is like some kind of like head of the table chair or something. I don't know. It's not really some kind of dinner table chair. It's just it's like a I don't know. It's something you'd put at the side of the room and you'd never really use for anything. Probably it'd hold a lot of papers and coats and stuff. And
it's as high as the person that they have in here, kind of promoting it.
Yeah, but I mean, how tall is he?
I don't know what the scale is in all these pictures.
What's the scale of this human?
Yeah. But the small table, I think, is neat. That's something I would, I'd like to have in my house.
He's probably average height for a human.
Well, yeah, but it looks like they've played with the scale in the picture.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the furniture is nice. It's obviously some kind of metal line, so that's why everything's in here. The Autobot symbol on the cabinet kind of throws me off because it's a giant Autobot symbol as the opening, the handles for the doors. I'd probably want that a different color if I were buying this. My wife would not have this in the house. But yeah, I don't know. There's some nice things, and I see a lot of people really liking them. I really do like the detail on the Blitzwing figure. That's just really, really well done. I really hope that they do a studio series or something for this guy, because I would really enjoy a figure of that. It's such a cool design.
Yeah, just call him Starscream like you should be.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I got this week. Charles, what do you got?
All right, time for some rumors. Not deep throating.
Aww.
So this comes out of China. So we got some Weibo users, Jake Toys and Mega Decepticon, and they reported that Hasbro's official China Taobao store put up some listings for new pre-orders for some new figures in 2020. Now, these were quickly taken down after, I guess, someone in Hasbro realized their error of putting these listings up too early. But before then, they all got screen capped. So we've got the listings, and they've been reproduced and passed around the internet, and of course, made it onto TFW 2005, which is where we have access to them now. I think also friend of the show, NeuroWing, had posted them in our Discord earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember seeing them. But yeah, so lots of listings that are interesting. The pictures are total placeholders, so it's just art from previous incarnations of Transformers, so you can't really read anything into the art. But the interesting things are some of these characters here are a little bit unexpected. So first off, we expected Masterpiece. The Masterpiece movie line continues, so they're apparently going to put out a Starscream and a Ratchet, both from the first 2007 live-action movie. Then the Earthrise series, so that's the second series in the War for Cybertron, the Generations line. And we've got Scorponok, which we knew was coming. That was revealed back at New York Comic Con. Run Amok was another figure that was part of the Decepticon poll that they did earlier. and is, an easy figure to expect. But some of the shocking, maybe unexpected figures, we've got a Commander class Skylynx in Earthrise, a Voyager Quintesson, and a Deluxe Quintessa. So Skylynx, of course, Commander class. So this is the new class size that was exemplified by the Jetfire that came out this year. So this is even bigger than the leader classes, and at a $80 price point. So this might be I guess a more representative Skylynx than the one we got in Combiner Wars a few years ago. So this might be like an actual Skylynx that is the Griffin and the Lynx fused together or something. I mean, we have no idea since we don't have any pictures or anything. We just have the listing. But given that it's the $80 price point and that you can have a lot of accessories, like the Jetfire came with a lot of accessories that, the armor and everything that came on it, you could definitely do something with that would represent G1 Skylynx. And then a Quintesson, a Voyager size Quintesson. Okay. And then a Deluxe size Quintessa, which, I mean, the only Quintessa we know is either the planet or the character from The Last Night, which neither of those would make a good Deluxe Transformers figure, but I guess we'll see. So, Daryl, what are your thoughts on these rumors, and what do you think is going on with the Quintesson and Quintessa figures?
Well, I'm really happy to see the rumor for Commander class Skylynx, because that's something we had heard kind of bubbling around the forums and the message boards for a while. That was coming. This just kind of adds another level of confirmation to it. Yeah, I mean, Titan Scorponok we knew was happening, and movie masterpiece Ratchet and Starscream was just, it's something that's expected. So yeah, no big surprises there. But Run Amok is something that was voted on and we're just waiting on it to happen. But Voyager Quintesson, I mean, if that's from the movie, that's one big egg.
So, you want a shell former?
Yeah. So, yeah.
And do you think it might even have an alternate mode? I mean, the Quintessons don't really transform. Do you think they'd release a Quintesson, non-transforming Quintesson figure in their main Generations Transformers line?
I'm sure there's going to have some reason for it to be there and to be such a big size class.
They wouldn't release a non-transforming Voyager.
I can't see that. There's going to be something to it.
Unless it's a playset.
Quintesson, yeah, it's the name of the guys that have the 4 faces. Or 5 faces, sorry, 5 faces. But
you almost lost your Transformers fan card.
I know. But it's also like the Alicons, like, aren't all the characters that live on Quintessa, aren't they all Quintessons?
Well, no, there's those like shark guys with the whips.
Right, I get. How can I forget those guys?
I mean, they weren't Quintessons. It's like the
shark
or whatever.
Guys with the lips. All right,
it's late. I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm going on like day 3 of my kid being sick and me being the only.
Yeah, but there's okay. We got Sharkticons, but I mean, if we're going by like putting a race, this entire rumor is translated, right? So we have to allow for a mistranslation in this thing.
What if the Quintesson and Quintessa entries were swapped and it's a Voyager Quintessa and it is like a planet kind of playset thing?
I mean, it could be. It could also be like, I'm thinking more along the lines of the characters from the movie, the animated movie, where they had the one guy who kind of activated the plank that kind of fell underneath. You know, I can't remember his name. I don't know what his name was.
If you look on the TF wiki page for the Quintessons, they have the different types. Like there's bailiffs, executioners, prosecutors, scientists, and they all have like different types, different looks.
There you go. So yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So I'm thinking it could be any one of these guys. Honestly, if I had to pick my own, I would say this Voyager would be an Alicon, right? If I could choose, right? So you'd actually have a mainline Alicon from the movie, and at Voyager size, it kind of makes sense. It's a big figure. It's bulky. Deluxe Quintessa. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with that name. It's in brackets or quotations. Sorry, it's in quotations. So who knows what they're going on with that? It could be a female character. It could be a new figure, a new character that they're introducing to the line. We're trying to establish an old movie names and characters to new character listings. So, I mean, there's a very good chance we're wrong here. Yeah. With regards to Commander Class Skylynx, I'm excited for this if it is in fact true. And the only thing I hope for, I have full trust in John Warden and his team at Hasbro to produce a really good Skylynx. The only thing I hope for that they do is that they make it two pieces, that they are able to come apart, because the Combiner Wars one could not. But at this Commander class, I can't see why they wouldn't. But yeah.
Cool. So Jeremy, what are your thoughts on these rumors?
I agree that we're probably completely wrong on the whole Quintessa thing. Although it wouldn't surprise me to see them introducing essentially what was the whatever the last movie was. I even forgot it right now. But what the Quintessa from the movie
last night
reintroduce a female Quintesson character in Earthrise with kind of the G1-ish aesthetic, however you want to do it. But I don't know. I can see them doing that to get a female Decepticon or evil character, because we don't really have many. I don't know if they have any in the Siege line yet. So I don't know. I think that might be the way they go, but who knows? I'm excited about the Skylynx. I think that's going to be a fun figure. The other Commander class toy we have is Jetfire, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see them doing something that big and having it separate. And Scorponok is just what?
I was going to say regarding your female Decepticon point, aren't they doing a Nightbird in the same mold as Chromia?
Yeah, that's already done, but it's she's not really a Decepticon, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they're
a Transformer.
Well, they're releasing her as a Decepticon Transformer.
What's the characterization personality?
I mean, I'm not arguing that she should be. I'm just saying if you're saying how are they adding some like evil female characters for the line? That's one they've added. Okay. I mean, Quintessa wouldn't be a Decepticon either, right?
Well, no, but it would be evil, and I would imagine they would give it a backstory. Why
That's
are you
all
trying
to
just say my speculation is wrong? Come on, Charles.
He's been away for a week. He needs to get his corrections in.
All right. I will say with Scorponok, this is the one we've been expecting forever. So I'm interested to see how it'll look and fit in with what they've done with Omega Supreme and all these others. With like now you're getting the connecting little bits. I'm sure it's going to fit in with that too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think these are all good. The Siege line continues to have a very nice play pattern, yet also kind of fitting some holes for collectors. I like it.
All right. Well, that's all our toy discussion. So let's finish up the toy section with some rapid fire.
Absolutely, positively, definitely. Nobody gets the job done faster than I can. Nobody.
All right. So in rapid fire today, I know we haven't done this in a while, so we're just going to do a couple real quick topics here. A new Hallmark G1 Megatron Christmas ornament was found in the U.S. At retail. It was found at just a Hallmark Christmas store, I think. No, it was found in a Walmart.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah.
Yeah, the really nice Hallmark ornaments are found at the Hallmark stores, and these cheaper ones are found at other stores.
Yeah. I mean, there's a picture of it in the story, so you can take a look if you haven't seen it. It's not terrible. I mean, it's worth the money you're going to pay for it, which I think is around like $10 US. So it's you know, it gets the point
paint
across.
job on the other figures that are like this have been horrible.
Right.
So
yeah.
Buyer beware.
Yeah, this one's paint job is not embarrassing.
No.
Right.
No. But yeah, it gets the point across to the people that come over for Christmas that you like Transformers. If your collection of hundreds of action figures wasn't enough. Next up, War for Cybertron Siege Voyager Ape Face has been spotted in Canadian retail. So, if you're looking in Canada, it was spotted at a Toys R Us. Gentlemen, if you would look north, you will see a country that has a store called Toys R Us, and it is now selling Ape Face. No? Nothing? Okay, cool. Next up, also for my Canadian friends, that G1 mini cassette 3-pack of the unreleased, well, no, harder to find. They're not really unreleased. Harder to find Japanese combiner duo, Garafu and Noizu, along with the weirdly attached Frenzy, are now available on Amazon.ca. So go ahead and pick that up. It's there, and you can get it for $49.99 Canadian. So go and get that. Pick it up. It's not too shabby, and I know that a lot of people are getting that. I've seen a lot of links in my Twitter of a lot of other Canadians that are picking it up, and it's getting to them very quickly. So there you go. And that's it for Rapid Fire.
All right, yeah, I mean, we got those through Hasbro Pulse in the States. I know we had some of our Philippines listeners were able to pick them up in stores, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's good that our Canadian friends can get access to them. Of course, Daryl, I already got one for you, so I don't remember if the price was comparable to what this one was.
I think you had it was like $35 or something like that, US.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so
I think it's probably better that you got it. So
yeah.
I do notice that I'm looking at the link that is attached to the TFW site, and I'm sure Jeremy's looked at it as well because he's that kind of guy. That the user that found this has attached their own link to it. So well done, them.
Smart person.
Well done, them.
Smart person.
There you go.
Affiliate link for the win. Ultra Primal 0A.
Right on.
Well, that's all the toy news and toy discussion, so let's move on to some trips to the store. This is where we show off all the amazing Transformers merchandise we got this week. We do this as a video that you can watch on YouTube, and you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition. We'll also have the audio right here so you can continue to listen as we describe everything in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
Jeremy, I'm going to start with you.
All right. I have one thing this week, but it's pretty big and heavy. I got the deluxe edition of Transformers: A Visual History by Jim Sorensen, and this is just the case for it. It opens up very nicely, and if I held it like that, everything would just fall and be horrible. So the book.
Oh, wow.
This is a big honking book. And I showed maybe a couple months ago now a sample I got from PR about it. But it's basically just goes through all of the art in Transformers from things like the movies here to here's some box art, and I'm just like randomly going. I mean, it has things from like that Covenant of Primus book, comics. Here's some from the Covenant of Primus. I'm trying to find some like animation stuff. That's from the Titans Return or one of the Prime children. I know it has some cartoon art. I just can't find it. Surprisingly, no Kiss Player art in here. Just like it never even existed. This is cool.
We'd all like to think that.
This is I'm guessing like patent art or something.
Oh wow,
so that's really cool.
Neat.
Here we have some nice G2 comic art or G1 comic art. There was G2 a little further past that. It's got IDW art. Here's some animation backgrounds. So it's got lots of neat stuff. If you're a sucker for all that stuff, it goes into some of the history too. I haven't fully read it yet. I think I need to work out a little bit, get my arms buffed up. So, and the front is one of those what are they called?
Lenticular.
Yeah, lenticular things that flips between the movie Optimus and the movie Megatron. And then the deluxe version came with this, which is amazing. This is frame-ready art. These are really nice quality prints. Art from Siege.
Cool.
The Siege box art. I'm saving this one for last. I believe this was like from the Japanese animated movie.
Yep.
Box art. Fall of Cybertron.
Cool.
Bumblebee movie. We've all seen this picture of him kind of lounging. And then the one that kind of, yeah, I had forgotten about what all these were between when I ordered it and now, but this is the one that I really like. The Transformers number 5 cover. Just a really nice print of it. So that is, that's definitely getting framed. So if you get the deluxe version, you get those, and it is fantastic. So really excited to get that. And I bought it on Amazon before there was a price drop. I think the retail is like $100, and I bought it for like $69. And then I got an email from Amazon saying, "Hey, the price is lowered to $59 or to $54, and here's a refund." So that's cool. So that's what I got this week, and my arm is tired.
Nice.
It's a heavy book.
All right, I've got a couple of things to show off. First, I've got a $600 digital comic. This is the special Transformers the movie trade paperback. This is the IDW version that was made a few years ago. I think it was made for the 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary of the movie.
I don't think they've ever released a digital version of that either.
Oh, really?
That's I've been hunting those comics.
Well, I have the originals. I have the floppy paper versions, but now I've got this digital version with the special cover by Andrew Griffith that is an homage to Transformers number 1, with Unicron replacing Optimus Prime, and then we've also got Spike and Daniel in the background, and then Cyclonus and Hot Rod and Galvatron there. So, yay! But it's just the Transformers the movie comic. So if you've seen the movie, you know what happens in the comic. It's very
better
faithful.
Adaptation than the Marvel version.
That's true. Mm-hmm. And Don Figueroa's art is very nice, and they do have a little extra scene with the what's going on at the Ark. Like why didn't Omega Supreme and the aerial bots and the Protectobots help out at Autobot City? Well, they were busy at the Ark. So, yay. Question answered. Problem solved 30 years later. So that's nice. I also got a new figure courtesy of a friend of the show, Jimmers. He was at a Walmart and he found the 35th anniversary display for all the Transformers, and I had indicated I was interested in getting the 35th anniversary Megatron version because I did not like the War for Cybertron Siege version that had all the battle damage. I wanted the 35th anniversary version with the animation cell shaded look. And he picked that up for me. So thanks, Jimmers. And there it is.
Swell guy.
Well done. That Jimmers. Such a good guy.
He is. So yeah, I look forward to getting this guy out and playing around with him. That's all I got this week. So Daryl, we're going to send it over to you.
Okay. Well, I was playing around on Twitter this week because I picked up some stuff and I had a little fun contest that only one person decided to play with and participate in. But I picked up some boxed G1s this week, and since they are Canadian boxed G1s, I thought, why not just show the French name and see if anyone could guess what who they are. And only one person played, and they got 50% of them right. So, up first, I've got Strategie Autobot Servo. This is Prowl. And,
Nice.
And I've already got a repro bubble coming, so it'll look better. But yeah, the box is in pretty good shape.
Is that the same? Is that the original Prowl art, or is that different art?
The original Prowl art.
Oh, okay.
It's a G1 box.
Wow. Neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of neat. Nothing's really cut out. Nothing's cut out of it at all. But yeah, French box there, Servo. Yeah, and he's complete. He's got all the stuff in there. And then the next one is the one that the guy who played around with got right. And this is Agent Autobot Saxo. It's jazz. My G1 box jazz.
Saxophones are used in jazz?
Sure. I guess that's how the French language works. So yeah, these are two boxed G1s, and yeah, they look pretty good. And they both have price tags on them, or tags on them, from a little store here that was I don't believe ever appeared in the U.S., but it was called Consumers Distributing. So these both have Consumers Distributing tags on them, and yeah, I think that's pretty fun because I used to love Consumers Distributing. It was like an Amazon warehouse where you walked in the store, filled out a little form, and they gave it to the person. They walked to the back of the store in the warehouse, picked it up, and brought it to you.
We had those here. They were called service merchandise.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I have good memories of service merchandise.
They were fun. Yeah.
That's where I got a lot of early Transformers.
So yeah, two more box G1s to add to my collection, and yeah, I've got some repro bubbles coming for these guys as well. So yeah, pretty neat. They look good, and I'm pretty happy to have them.
Very nice. All right. Well, I guess that will wrap it up for Trips to the Store.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and we'll move on to convention news.
All right, we don't really have any new convention news this week for this show. We have a bunch in alt mode, but I did want to just state, if you're in the Midwest in the U.S., DairyCon 2020 pre-registration opens December 1st, so you can check that out. DairyCon is April 3rd and 4th, 2020, at the fabulous Cow Palace in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So I'm going to really make an effort to attend this year. It's a fun show, and this is the 20th anniversary. So if you're in the Midwest, try to go. It's fun. So that's it for convention news.
All right. Well, we will finish up the show with a little bit of feedback. All right, on Twitter, one of our Donatrions, Robin Hunt, asks, and this is specifically directed at Daryl, probably for Daryl, do you know anyone with info about Mastermind Creations' reformatted Deathsaurus that was due out ages ago? Cheers, and by the way, Empire of Rust is awesome. I've already started re-listening to it. We'll pass that along to Mike, because I'm sure he'll be happy about that. Thanks, Robin. So, Daryl, heard anything about the Mastermind Creations Deathsaurus?
I haven't. I mean, just taking a look at it right here, it doesn't show any new information other than let's see here. It's supposed to be available fourth quarter of this year, which we are in, and that may be just an updated date because sites like BBTS will just continuously update the date until it's out. Yeah, there's no new pictures on here or anything like that. These are all still just either prototypes or really good CAD images. So yeah, there's really been no information coming out from anywhere about this thing. So my advice would be is if you've got it pre-ordered, keep your pre-order. Because something like this could have, it's something that could be coming, and you'll see a lot of people drop off as the wait continues, you may be one of a very few that get one in the end if you've kept your pre-order, and don't be afraid to send an email to like whoever you pre-ordered it with, Big Bad or whatnot. They'll do their best to contact the vendor and find out what's happening with it. Because just because they have it on their site as a pre-order doesn't mean they're constantly looking into when stuff's going to be showing up, right? Big Bad's got thousands upon thousands of items in their inventory, so keeping up on the stuff that's supposed to be coming out or that kind of stuff is just, it's not possible. So yeah, if you send them an email, they'll look into it.
All right. Well, Robin, good luck. Hope you can. I think this was this one of the things that he was getting for his birthday. I think this might have been the one he picked for his birthday.
Maybe.
So good luck, Robin. Hope you get it soon. All right. Well, that will do it for this episode of Transmissions. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.